Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One thing we're going to tell you is brought to you by Dispose LLC. This is a garbage company that's doing great things, and we try to revamp. I got to say, we had a lot of hiccups. But along the way, I got to fix some things and improve some things. And the only things I really want to make sure I focus on is customer service.
Yes.
Now, regardless of the hiccups, all I can tell you is I got drivers that's dedicated just like myself to make sure we please you. So again, give us that call at Dispose and we can show you what we can do.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I gotta get back to this person been rocking with me now going on almost 5 years, September the 17th. This person comes in here with a smile all the time. Craftmatic, how you doing, big baby?
I'm doing good, Big J.
He's still smiling, y'all.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing
4.5
good.
years, he's still smiling.
Yeah, I'm everything is a lot going on, but life is moving in the right direction.
Okay.
I'm feeling good.
Okay.
Everything's wonderful, man. How you doing?
I like that, man. I like energy. I like the energy.
Yeah.
Me, man, struggling through a couple things, man, on the mental side. One thing I can tell you, no matter how much I say you don't want to stress about certain things, but when you care like I do, things get to you because I care.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, make sure you got care in your life, because all I hear is love. And then you turn around and show me that you really don't care.
Right.
Them two showing me two different sides. And I get that a lot with different people. And I don't like that. I like it when we at least care for each other. If you don't like one another, I care enough to respect you to walk away.
Right.
I want you to do the same thing. But no, you feel like I want to shoot your mouth off. You feel like I don't really care for you. Stop all that.
Right.
That's why we are at war with each other. Stop that.
There you go.
And get back to loving each other.
Man, a great way to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
Way to go, baby.
And of course, we are here to liberate your minds and souls with a great dialogue. We're going to have a conversation here tonight, and we hope that you can chime in from your own seat and really, determine how would you handle this situation. What would you do? What would you say? Have you been through it before? How would you change things? How do our opinions and experiences make a difference to your understanding of this subject? And so it's kind of therapeutic. And so, spend some time really deliberating over these and make good, strong decisions as a result. And of course, we certainly are grateful for you being here with us tonight. We are nothing without you, our audience. And we got a great show lined up for you as usual.
Yes,
and of course, we always start the show off with a prayer. I know, Jay, if you want to.
Man, give it to him again.
Yeah, okay. I was having a conversation with one of the cameramen here in the studio.
Okay.
And I asked the question out loud, What is every man seeking? What is every person looking for? And so, he and I chopped it on some ideas, and this is the prayer that we come up with.
Okay.
Y'all just follow God's lead as I speak this word. Heavenly Father, we come to you right now, just thanking you for all that you are in our life, for all the good and the blessings and being our bridge over troubled waters. We know, Father, that you are our strength, and we ask, Heavenly Father, tonight that you would give us an understanding of what every man might be seeking for. We're asking, Father, that you would give every man and every person listening to the sound of my voice a whole new sense of security. Security inside on the inner strength and the inner confidence to security on the outside. Money, safety, whatever it may be, Heavenly Father. We're asking for a sense of self-actualization, being able to achieve great things in our life. And self-gratification, being able to eat the great foods that we like and take the trips and talk to the people we like to. We ask, Father, that you would give us an assurance that all will be well. Give us long life with happiness and joy. Allow us to belong and feel needed, Heavenly Father. Give us a place in our spirit and a place in this world where we are in perfect harmony with you. We're in the zone, Heavenly Father, utilizing our talents and our gifts, giving inspired from our hearts. We ask, Father, for perfect inspiration. Give us a good leader and right ideas and understanding, a solid understanding of help and support in this life. Give us sure footing, knowing that every move is the right move for us. There'll be no doubt, there'll be no fear, there'll be no lack of faith when we go to the next place. We're asking, Father, to live by this deep, deep faith, to walk in the Spirit, and to walk in the paths of our greatest truth. Fill us with love and be here on this show tonight, Lord. Allow yourself and your wisdom to move through this show and through our words. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Ooh, you did that.
That felt so good, man.
That's it.
Yeah, I haven't done a prayer like that in a while. That felt so good. Right? I mean, we put a spiritual atmosphere over our life when we come into agreement with words like that, right? That's what we want. We want to live by a deep, deep faith that no matter what's going on in the world, we're taking the right step for us.
That's right.
Right? And I ask the Lord to assure us that we are always taking the right steps in our path. Man, that's powerful. Whew. Okay, let's go ahead and cover last week's topic. And it goes like this. If you're dating someone who has kids, are you willing to take her kids and your kids on vacation?
Now remember, on that one right there, it was just making sure that you have a dialogue beforehand. Now remember, if you're in a monogamous relationship, or that's your fiance, or that's your wife, y'all already got that bond, and y'all already got that. This is more like a date.
Right.
So, and I really do feel like if you're just dating and you're getting to know a person, then no.
Right.
Because I shouldn't be meeting them right off. I feel like for security reasons, you need to make sure we vibe before you introduce me to your child.
Okay.
Some people feel like, no, I want to meet you right off, because if you don't hit off with my child, then we ain't going to make it. I feel like a protective mother wouldn't even take that risk. She always want to make sure the baby's always taken care of.
Yeah.
So she's already doing that. It's just, can we make a good fit before I even make that next step?
Okay.
And I really feel like that's a queen's job to make sure of.
Yes.
Mine is to learn her and to accept her child.
Right.
So it's not like I wouldn't. It's just I feel like that's kind of disrespectful towards her on the upfront.
Okay.
Now through time, yes, I don't even mind her to go or ordering for him all day long. I believe in feeding the family.
Yeah.
But let's make sure we vibe and we're not wasting time. Or I'm just being you.
Yeah. See, I treat every interaction like a friend. Right, before anything else. And I've been on several dates early in the dating process. They might bring their kid with them to we'll have lunch somewhere during the week or during the weekends. And so in those cases, I was always a friend. I was just a friend. Right? I was her friend, and I might be around, I might not be around. They never seen me before, but we would sit there and chop it up, and I would, I broke bread with child, I broke bread with mom, and we got to know one another. It worked out just perfect. And in a lot of those cases, it did help me come closer to her, because now she didn't have the concern, perhaps, that I wasn't going to be a good friend to her child. And I always, when I meet a child, I love children. I'm gonna ask about them and how they doing and what's in school, and that helps helps me understand her world and her as well. So I never had a problem with it. But you mentioned a couple of issues that might happen, and that is the father say so.
Right.
The father just might decide that he don't want nobody around his child. And, in conclusion to that segment, I basically said, we don't care what he thinks. I'm dating her, and she gonna make the decision. Right? But if I see it's a situation that she can't handle, or she's not properly handling, then I'll immediately know that that's got to be a part of the decision-making process to be with her. Right? And so, sometimes, sometimes there are circumstances, but, there's a lot of blended families. And the way of the world is that you're going to, especially if you're getting married or getting into relationships older in life, these people have had kids. These people have had families. They have kids. They have families. They have homes. They have stuff. They have bills, And so, we really wanted to talk about what it's like to move into the area of meeting other potential spouses or girlfriends, kids, and how you handle that situation and how you delicately manage the relationship, but at the same time, you're probably going to be expected to spend some money. And, there's nothing wrong with that. Spend the money, spend the money, make a friend, make a family. If your money is spent properly, it will not be in vain.
Ooh, say it again.
Right? And so you can love up on them and love up on the kids and, be a friend of the family. You most certainly can. So, that conversation went all over the place.
Yes,
and really would love for you folks to go back and just take a look at it. We are all over the internet.
Yeah, I made sure
Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts. What's the new one, Jay?
iHeart.
iHeartRadio.
Go to iHeart now.
Yes.
Look us up.
Yes, look us up on iHeartRadio.
And then for all y'all freaks, y'all can go ahead and Pornhub. That's your hand porn, yeah. But Tinder,
Hey.
POF.
You know what, Jay?
What?
I hope if they find us on Pornhub, our picture ain't up.
Yeah. Bar Talk with Jay. After you watch this, come listen to us.
Make sure you check that out for me, all right? Check that out. Yeah, so please like us, share us, subscribe, subscribe, send us to your friends and family. Share the positive messages that we're trying to bring out here at Bar Talk with Jay.
Okay.
Now on to our quote for today. It is an excellent quote, and it goes like this. Without communication, there is no relationship. Without respect, there is no love. Without trust, there is no reason to continue. That's so good.
I just dropped that down.
Yeah, it's kinda
You can't
strong.
say on that. It said it all.
I said it all. I'm going to read it one more time because it said it all.
You said it all.
Without communication, there is no relationship.
Correct.
Without respect, there is no love. Without trust, there is no reason to continue. That trust thing is so
Huge.
imperative to a relationship.
Okay.
I have to be able to trust that you're going to do what you said you're going to do. I have to be able to trust that you're going to be righteous in our relationship. Not run game. Not try to swindle me or get over on me or stab me in the back.
I gotta entrust you gonna do what you say.
You're going to do the right thing.
All right.
It all comes down to the right thing. And without trust, there is no reason to continue.
Nope.
I have been in several relationships that the trust have been broken and there was no reason to continue.
Stop communication.
For
Stop
some
communication.
silly reason, I stayed much longer than I should have. And I think we all can tell that story in our relationships. Once the trust is broken, if we're communicating and there's respect, we can make a relationship happen. But I can have all of that, but if I don't trust you, you out. You out.
We got too much.
Potentially long before I even tell you that you're out.
Oh, you gonna ghost her?
No, I won't ghost her, but it'd be like, I already know where this is going, and so
You ain't gonna be with me.
I'm just gonna keep that position. Yeah, there's still a lot can be had even if you don't have a lifetime relationship with some people. You might discover that this person has X, Y, and Z, fault or vice or whatever, and you say, hey, that's probably not something I'm gonna take on as a wife. But I'm enjoying this person and I want to continue to hang out with him even though I know that this thing is present, right? Because you can't change people, right?
No.
All you can do is observe who they are, and if they change, they'll change on their own accord. Now there are some cases where you can mash a little bit, ask for some questions, ask for some understanding, and they might change for you. But most cases, they're going to be who they are. And if you just observe who they are, that is more than likely the person that you're going to end up with for the rest of your days. And so, very, very powerful. Thank you so much, Barb, for putting that together.
Macon, Georgia.
Yes, Macon, Georgia. And, I thought we got a couple minutes before we go to break. Where we at now, man? By 2 minutes? Okay. So I just wanted to just take a moment and I just wanted to, this is one of those moments where you everybody knows what you're saying, but you don't know the words to say it.
Okay.
And this is just a shout out to all of the people in the world. Okay. We have been through something so extremely severe over the last year.
Yes.
And many of us have had to fight many battles. Sometimes how you gonna put food on the table, how you gonna get your car fixed, how you gonna find more work, how you gonna be able to, and then it goes into, the quarantine scenario where people have been forced to be together more time and the relationship didn't work out. So now homes are broken and there's divorces going on and kids are knowing a new home because the one parent moved out, and there's just so much change and so much of a distraction has taken place over the last year. And I want to commend our world for the job that you have done. it's very comforting for me, and I don't take anything for granted. It's very comforting for me to know that when I walk in the grocery store, everybody's wearing masks, right? It's such a simple thing, but it seemed to have been, at least what they said was, the keen cause, the most, the biggest cause of the spread. And people wear it, and I've seen many people, to include myself, walk through the door, forget that they got it, and walk back out and go and get it.
Right.
And so now it's become part of our outfits. It's become part of our world each day. And I just want to thank you folks for fighting through this. And it has been major, it has been taxing, it has been heavy. There's been a whole series of information that we couldn't trust that was coming at us. There's been, all this backlog, this background talk about us being targeted by some, major rulers of the world who want to vaccine us into a bad place, and, world population and all that stuff. And, stand strong.
Yes.
Stand strong, folks. We're going to be okay. The world, God is in control. We shall not be forsaken. The righteous shall not be forsaken or seen begging for bread. And I just want to put that word out there. I want to thank my comrades in the world. You're doing an excellent job. Keep fighting, keep grinding, keep looking for new ideas and new ways to create a great world. And I want you folks to stay tuned. We got a great show lined up for you. We're going to be right back with, by the way, just real quickly, I know we got to go, boo. Real quickly, tonight we're talking about the subject of, as long as a man have money, y'all don't care how he looks. Is that true, ladies? Y'all stay tuned. We're going to be right back. More Bar Talk with Jay. Right after this. Welcome back.
I like that, man. I like how you talking to him on the side.
Yeah. It's important who we surround ourselves with, man.
That's very true.
Right.
Even in business.
Yeah.
I like to say I learned it in business because, again, in order for me to grow, I had to be around some people that wasn't just like me.
Yeah.
And that's what expanded my growth.
Yes.
But you want to be comfortable, so you'll be around somebody like you. But to me, you really got to be around somebody else. You got to learn other things. You got to be outside the box. And that way your thinking expands. It's just like you're learning, you're reading. The more you learn, the more you see, the more you're exposed to.
Yes.
And then you get hungry for it.
Yes.
And then, unfortunately, some of the people that you was hanging around, you might not hang around. It's nothing personal. It's called seasons.
Right.
And some of them going to drop off, but it's nothing personal.
Yes.
It's still love and respect, but I have to grow.
Yes.
And if you ain't respecting me and seeing my growth, then you ain't really for me. But it's fine.
I'm going to tell you something that I have done, and I did it passively for a lot of years, but then I started realizing what I was doing, and I did it proactively.
Okay.
Every time I would go into a sales environment, a new sales environment, got a new job with a new company, new team, etc. In a very short period of time, I would target the high performer. The guy who had the greatest results, who had the rings on his finger with the diamonds in it, the guy who was driving the nicest car, the guy who was making the dealership lots of money and making himself lots of money, I would go hang out with that person. Okay. And I think, early in the game, it was just I gravitated to them because we all kind of thought alike. Right. We all were high performance people. But, in latter years, I started doing it proactively. When I got to a new territory in Ohio, I was like, when I went to we went to the trade show for 3-4 days together. I was like, I need to hang out with this dude because he's going to be the one to help me. He's going to have to be the one to come across territory lines to help me with X, Y, and Z. And so I need to be spending time with him. He want to play golf, I'm going to play golf too.
Right.
You know what I mean? He want to go here, I'm going to go here. And so I was strategically picking my friends. And it always worked to my good, because I learned how I can help them. And how I can pour into them sometimes. And so there was never anything in vain in that equation. So yeah, we got to be strategic about the people that we hang around because we gravitate toward the highest performing person in our group. And if they're not performers at all, then you need to go find some people to hang around.
Now, please remind yourself, there's time I picked some people and I was really disappointed. They didn't really make the mark at all. But guess what? I learned from them too.
Yeah, you learn from them too.
Every situation could be a learning situation. It don't got to be the most negative, even though I was challenged
Right.
and frustrated with some of the decision making they made. It made my decision making stronger, where I had to start seeing things.
There you go.
And I couldn't be this person.
There you
know?
go.
So
There you go. Yeah, I sometimes hang out at the sales desk, even right now, and at my job, because I want to hear the deals. I want to hear what's going on. I want to hear if people are coming in with lots of cash right now. I want to hear if there's a new bank that we have to work with. I want to hear what the interest rates and the incentives are, you know, and so I'm making friends with the general sales manager because he knows that I'm up there asking questions all the time, right? And so sometimes he'll come and get me. Hey, Kraft, you know, he'll hand me a document. Here's the new incentives. Right. And the only thing he's handing me those because I spent time up there hanging out where he lives.
Built a relationship.
I built a relationship. Now he knows to include me. And it makes a huge difference in managing relationships. So let's go ahead and move on to the topic for tonight. As long as a man has money, y'all don't care how he looks. Is that true, ladies?
It's gonna be something. I need some ladies to chime in. You know, I definitely need y'all to go on my Facebook and give me some insight.
We already know the answer, but go ahead.
But I like to say, it seemed like it doesn't. But my whole thing is, you know, regardless of how you look, I always say improve yourself. All right? If you are a person that wants to date, before you start dating, do a little self-assessment. Like, where am I? Where am I going? What am I trying to do? Because before I bring somebody into my life, am I in a position for her? This is just me. So if my life ain't right, let me start working on me. And then when I get in that position, regardless if I'm not the finest person up, they don't think I look as good, I got more things structured. I'm showing that I'm not this thrown out. I'm not showing that I'm going out wrinkled. I don't care about my looks. I show care.
Okay.
And what I do and where I'm going.
Okay, watch this. Now, let's just say you take the time. Let's just say, let's make it third party, right? This young lady takes the time to overcome her previous relationship. She, you know, she gets a new hairdo and she started taking care of herself. You know, maybe she moved to a new place or whatever. You know, she started bettering herself, and she gets herself. She's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for dating. I'm ready to go out. When she go out, and let's assume she's a cute girl, right? She's a nice looking lady. When she goes out, that is she looking for a good looking man, or is she just looking for a man, or is she okay with an ugly man? I mean, we're talking about, does women care? As long as he got money, does she care how he looks?
Now, I would say she probably would care about how he looked until she found out how much money. Now, remember, she might not be like, okay, you know, you ugly, but you kind of fat in the pocket, so I'm going to overlook some of the ugliness.
Right.
Because I can work with you. We can't go out during the day. Okay? We gonna have to go out at night. We ain't trying to meet nobody. No, none of your friends can know we dating. We gotta see if this work. You know what I'm saying? And when you come over the house, lights gotta be off. You gotta sit over there in the corner and you know, but it's wrong to treat a person like that, but this kind of how your thought process kind of go. And then when you start talking to the person and find out that person is real cool, laid back, and the reason he got money is very intelligent. You know, he might not look the best. And I like to say God does that on purpose. He ain't gonna give you everything, okay? Now, this person that looks cute and pretty is recognizing that, okay, this right here could be a diamond underneath this coal. Because again, he don't, and this is what she also gotta recognize. If you can polish up a diamond on the inside, and you already know the potential what's in, everybody else see what's out. And you got less competition. You got less problems. And he ain't gonna go nowhere because he see the beauty within you, and then he see that you see in him.
Yes.
It's a better reason for him to, I like to say, play the slides.
Okay.
I'm willing to gamble with a person that's willing to gamble with me, and they don't even know that the outside ain't pretty, but they can see some of the inside. And they say that's worth staying with. That's why relationships can last. And I see some people that, you know, to me, look a little very fine girl, guy don't look the greatest, or vice versa.
Vice versa. It
And
happens
I've
a
seen
lot.
both. So when you get that, I don't ask questions. Because my whole thing, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But their relationships seem to be stronger. Now what I really like is when that person's away. Now this is the key thing. If she still talks about him like he ugly, then she using him.
Then she using him. Okay.
Because she should still speak highly of him and defend him when somebody say how ugly he is, if that's your man.
Right.
If you on the side of everybody else saying, yeah, he ugly, but you know, he still can make a lot of money. That's a using mentality.
That's a user.
Because a woman that stands for her man will not allow you to speak on him like that.
Yes.
And then people will learn to respect him because of you.
Yes.
Now it's a power team.
Yes.
The problem right now is just a get along team. My girlfriends think you ugly, but baby, I love you, but you get around your girls, yeah, hell. And sometimes I just turn my head. How in the hell is that helping anybody?
Yeah.
And they think it's so cute.
Yeah.
But when it gets back to that person, think about it. He's willing to give any and everything to you. He might not look the best, but now I'm hearing you talking about me behind my back. I'm losing trust in you.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
a ghosting because of your behavior behind my back that did not correspond to what was in my face. In my face, I see you as my husband. I see you as a person I'm gonna be with forever. Then I get word back. I'm just somebody, just to do. And then you think that's cool? Oh, so we
Well, it's
don't
not
talk
cool.
about it?
Yes.
Yeah, ain't nothing to talk about.
Yeah, ain't nothing to talk about.
If I'm something to do, can do it with somebody damn else.
Right.
Because I got too much to lose to be dealing with somebody like that. Why? I don't deserve that.
Okay.
But they feel like, well, you are out here doing this. But if you can't speak like you do in my face to my back, then I can't trust. That's how you learn trust.
Right. Right.
Because that's what a person should do naturally. I shouldn't teach you that. If I gotta teach you that, you're just a dirty person.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You're not necessarily a good person, right? You look at the surface of things, if that's the
Mm.
case, right? And you may be using me because I make a lot of money, right? I want to talk about overlooking ugly, and I kind of want to stair step this a little bit because there's a very poignant point that I want to make during this show about
I'ma
this
try to help
subject,
you.
right? And it really comes, the point I want to make. Let me see if I can set it up, and we'll get to it at some point during the show.
Mm.
The point that I want to make is that you can't judge a book by its cover,
Right.
right? And all too often we have judged books by their cover. We can look across a room and pretty much tell, if you want to talk to her, you don't want to talk to her,
Mhm.
right? But when you look across that room, you're never going to be able to see what's on the inside. And somebody may be making eyes at you, and they may be wearing, drop jeans or something, and you absolutely hate drop jeans.
Mm.
But it could be a good guy making a great job, having a great living,
Mhm.
doing great stuff, and we done judged him because, he's ugly or something about him is ugly, right? And so there will come a point at which the surface just has to go away. I think that you and I particularly have met too many wonderful women who weren't very pretty, right? But they absolutely have glory in their soul.
Oh my goodness.
They absolutely have. They're high spirited. They're achievers.
Precious.
They're lovers in that they know how to love and nurture,
Mhm.
and they call and check up and protect and hang out, right? So we got to find a way to to get to that place where we can get beyond the surface, right? But if a woman has made her mind up that she heard how much money he made, she can see in his outfit, she saw what kind of car he got out of, she had heard about him before she got to the spot, right? And so she makes her move knowing that he is not an attractive dude. And I wonder if he says, well, I think she likes me because of me. You think the ugly dude is going to be like, I
Hell
think she
no.
wants me because of me?
He seen that mirror. He went by, he looked at himself. He know damn well that wasn't it. And he know he probably dressed the part. He
Okay.
looked fly.
Okay.
Probably had great cologne.
Yeah.
A lot of
You got
times
the
they
package.
take the extra steps that a lot of people wouldn't.
Yeah.
Iron down, clean cut. Without a doubt in my mind. Now, like with me, I don't feel like I'm an ugly guy. All right? But I won't do all the things that somebody else might do. I got a BMW. Remember, I had a van.
Right.
I took that van out first.
Right.
Because I want to know you, and I want to see if you cool with me. Like, before my show, I always get a haircut. Sometime when I go meet them, I ain't had a haircut. I ain't got a lot of hair anyway, but the
Yeah.
little scraggly looking a little bit, and
Yeah.
I'm in a van.
Right.
looking like I got about 7 kids, okay?
Right,
And
right,
I don't.
right.
But I'm riding up in this van. It's a Honda Odyssey van now. It wasn't a bad van. Don't be tripping on me, all right? It was a decent van. Leather
Decent van,
seats
yeah.
and AC. Well, one of them did, the other one didn't.
Yeah.
But I pick them up and they be like, you know, you got kids? And I was like, no, yeah, I do. I have 5. But they ain't kids, they grown.
Right.
So, of course, that kind of threw her in a different state. Like, you got kids. Because some people have a problem with that.
Right.
So, I don't like lying to nobody, so eventually I'll go into the store. Yes, my kids are grown up. Why you got a van? Oh, it's convenient. I mean, but why a van? I'll be like, what's wrong with it? I mean, you know, I do talk radio, so, you know, I got to carry speakers, I got to do this. So I'm trying to downplay it a little bit. I don't even talk about all where I live, where I stay, none of that. Because, again, I want to see if you're going to keep asking questions to know me and not just judge me, because that's what most people want to do.
Right.
The more we talk, the more they get in me, they don't even think about that. They don't ask no more questions. They having fun.
Yeah.
Then they get to my house and they see me when I get cut, and they like, oh, you do clean up nicely. And I be like,
Yeah.
I would say something about you, but I'm gonna leave that alone,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And then they see the BMW, see the house, they see things, and now it's on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like that level on the upfront.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna be up to how you present yourself. Because again, if you coming out with jewelry, clothes, and all, jewelry, I'm telling you, you going to show flyness.
Yeah.
BMW, banging, you looking, and with good smelling cologne. I mean, even the ugly dude look good.
Yeah.
In a nice
You
car.
got something for us, boo?
Yeah, and women are attracted to men with confidence and alpha males.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so even if you're not as attractive, if you got that confidence, overconfident, and you're an alpha male, you're attracted to that. That power, you know what I mean?
Yes, yes, and that's an excellent point to make
Yeah.
because women are very attracted to confidence,
Oh, yeah.
and that's what Booby just said.
And that alpha male.
that alpha male, you
Yeah.
know, you ain't necessarily gotta be clean cut, but you confident. You carry yourself
Yes.
like you know who you are, where
I
you're
ain't
going,
pressed
you know what
about
you
that.
want. Absolutely, maybe even a little reserved and quiet sometimes. Even if you're a little boastful,
I'm boastful.
you know, they like that confidence, you know. And
I tell you what I'm gonna do to your ass.
Yeah, and that confidence, you know, the dudes, you know, I'll be surprised at this, but there's some dudes who just ask for it. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
They just ask for it, right?
I mean,
And that
shot,
confidence, you know, that confidence really has a way of opening some doors. You know?
it can, and again, as long as it ain't too forceful.
As long as it's not too forced. Yeah.
Because
you
I'm
know,
just
absolutely.
meeting you, I don't want to be too forceful, but I'm gonna be very cocky.
Yeah.
You don't know what you can do with this. I'll be like, that's why you ain't met me until now.
Yeah.
It took you some time to realize what you're about to deal with.
Is that what you guys say?
And I play with them all day because it's a mental thing. You
It's
know,
a mental
you
thing.
talking one way, I'm gonna talk another way.
Yeah.
What you talking?
Yeah.
Because see, it ain't just about sex, but you know, I understand when it comes to sex, it's mental.
Right.
And you talking to the right one. So call me tonight. We're gonna see what we can whip up. Oh, we gonna meet tonight? No, we need to talk first.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need to see exactly where you at. Because again, if you on a lower level, you just playing. I'm a grown ass man.
Right.
I want to take you to another place. Matter of fact, why we even do this here? Let's go out of the country. Let's talk big. Let's have a flight. And I ain't talking about you paying for anything.
Right.
Let's just catch a flight. I got it, and let's
Okay.
see what we can really do.
Right.
Now that can be over the top, and a lot of people be like,
And
"Oh, you
this-
this showing out." My whole thing is, I work hard enough, and I can. Don't play with me, because if I can come for it, then can you come with it? That's
Well,
all
so
I'm saying.
If you buy a trip, you kind of spoiling her, right?
Well, my whole thing
You
is, if
kinda
anybody
making
with
a
me, they should be.
You kind of making her think that, you know, even if she might not like you a little bit, she should stay there for the money.
Well, you know something? She could think that, but can you stay? Because my whole thing is you're going to fall off like anything else. Because if you can't hang on, you're going to fall
If you
off.
can't hang on, you're going to fall off, yeah.
My whole thing is I want to go high and I want to go places.
Yeah.
If you just want to stay stagnant, then 9 times out of 10, we probably won't make it anyway.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do want to go out the box and I want to do things that's not normal.
Right.
You know, if we got to fly somewhere and do something, why shouldn't we?
Yes.
I work hard enough that I know I want to get away from my job.
Right.
So it's not just to impress you, it is to enhance you.
Right.
I want to show you some things that you
And-
might not
And
have
if
seen.
that's who you are, that's what you're gonna do anyway.
There you go.
And the thing is, you make it hard for the next, so they're gonna always come back to you because most men ain't doing what you do.
Right.
If that's who you are, that's who you are.
That's who you are. That's
Yeah.
who you are. Yeah. And I have been, I don't
Yeah,
know,
say it.
people have said things about me like I don't know, like I'm high society or something, or like I,
You're a
you know,
very generous man.
you know, but I love fine dining. I love fine dining. And so if you with me in my life, you're going to be enjoying fine dining with me. You know what I mean? That's just what I enjoy, right?
That's not
Now, if
wrong with
I
that.
enjoy, barbecue down in the hood, I'll be down there
That's
too.
still good eating.
Absolutely. But it's not to impress anybody. It's the life I like to live.
But that could be impressive, though.
Yeah, that's your lifestyle.
That's
You know
my
what I'm
lifestyle.
saying?
Yeah, that's how I get down. That's how I roll. I like, nice soft music in my ears and being served by the finest waiters and cloth napkins and, just visiting hotels. I like just visiting hotels, just great hotels. You know what I mean?
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
I don't know about visiting. I stay tonight. I ain't just gonna walk in the lobby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I hope you folks are enjoying the show. We're going to go ahead and take our next break. And of course, we'll be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay right after this.
Welcome back to Bar Talk with you.
Welcome back.
My man Crab did it on that one.
Yeah, man, I like that one, brother. That one's
man.
that's a big one because we go to sleep with worries and troubles on our minds.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to reframe that before we go to sleep. Because if we don't reframe it, our subconscious mind is continuing to create more of what we went through, right?
That's about like the next segment coming up. Because if Jeffrey ain't have a good day, he changed everybody's life. So we about to find out how he doing tonight.
Okay.
Jeffrey, how you doing tonight, big baby?
Brother Jay, Brother Crab, how's everything going, fellas?
Man, it's going good for us. We just hoping it's going good for you. 'Cause
Yeah.
when it don't, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's going quite well over here, my
Woo!
brother. It's good to hear from you, man. I know you're on point with your word tonight, man. So how you doing, man?
Oh man, it was a pretty good day. It kind of started as overcast, but the sun is starting to break through towards the end of the day. And you know what? My granddaughter loves me. My son and my daughter, they love me. My mama, all my brothers and sisters, they all love me. But in spite of all of that, you know what time it is.
What time is it, Jeffrey?
It is time for you to close your mouth and listen.
Yes.
You ask me some questions, I give you some answers from a man's point of view. Now, I got one reason for the habitually single woman and one reason for the habitually single man as to why you might be single. But before we get into that, here is my disclaimer.
Right.
Now, see, what I'm going to talk about might not apply to you. If it doesn't apply to you, I don't want you to put your foot up in this shoe. But if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet in both shoes and walk around in them because you're about to learn something tonight. Ladies, you go first. Let me clear my throat. All right, ladies, some of y'all are single simply because you want new school relationships with old school perks. Let me break down exactly what I mean. See, you want to be treated equal, but you don't want to pay half the bill. You want to be independent, but you want the man to cater to you. You want to date whomever you like, but you don't want a man who wants to date, who won't date you exclusively. You want to be able to say whatever you like in any tone that you like, but you expect a man to speak softly to you. You want a thug, but he got to be a Christian. You want a Christian thug. Or is it a thugged out Christian? Jesus, get Kurt Franklin on the phone because clearly this woman has lost her damn mind. And that's exactly why she's single.
All right.
Had a rough day.
Exactly.
Why
Why
single?
she's single, right?
You had a rough day.
Yeah, man, we experience quite a bit of that
Yes.
in the world. That's a real phenomena that's going on because, you can't have it new school and old school. I don't think they always mix together, right? And, if you got a man who's old school, he's probably quiet, wise, laid back, give you what you want, But if you got a man who a new school, he might tell you about yourself, right?
Quickly.
Yeah, he wants you to pay for half, right? He
Up
wants you to
front.
pay up front. And I tell you what, ladies, you really, I don't even know the answer for that one, so I'm going to just let it go. But we'll hand it back over to you, Brother Jeffrey.
All right, fellas, don't think I'm letting y'all off the hook. Fellas, you are next. All right, man, some of you are single simply because you have not embraced your own brilliance. Here's what I mean. See, you can have an idea that sparks your passions, but you won't act on it. You could have an opportunity presented to you that has tremendous upside and low risk, but you won't move on it. You can feel the power of success whispering positivity and prosperity to you, but you will not leap. You can see the woman of your dreams, and she smiles and makes eye contact with you, but you won't even speak. You could have the same woman, that very same woman, make it easy on you by coming up and breaking the ice. All for you to play small and act all cool and still not get her number by the end of the night. Don't you know that you are brilliant? Like the sun warming the entire solar system, giving light to all in your path, giving warmth to every cell that burns within them. Nah. See, you think you're a candle, waiting for someone else to spark your flame. You think your power comes from the outside, and that's the biggest shame. Because all that you are, good brother, is talented, amazing, and nimble. Your ass is stuck on stupid, and that's exactly why your ass is single.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I knew it. He was saying it too good. I was like, okay, he gotta go with, that's different.
Yeah,
That's different.
and boy, I had to really assimilate, because I try to make all of these I try to own all of these for myself, you know.
Uh-huh.
I like being convicted by wise people, you know, and Brother Jeffrey always bring it home. Here's what he kind of said. He said, you have not embraced your own brilliance, right? That you won't move on nothing. So he's saying, what I got out of it was a shyness. You want to act cool, and you want to stay on the background. You won't move on it. What he's kind of saying is we're not standing in our power. And women seem to see it.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we're single.
Yeah.
Because you won't stand, you won't move on your power. You always got a great story to tell, but it's about what you want to do or gonna do.
And
but,
don't do it.
But you ain't got no story about what you did and how you came up. And man, that's so powerful. So powerful. All right, Brother Jeffrey, we'll hand it back over to you.
All right, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand, ain't nobody gonna give nothing to you. And in some instances, when they offer something to you, it comes with strings attached. Ain't nobody gonna give us, reparations. They fighting like tooth and nail not to give us anything. I want you to understand, the expectation that the government will do right by our community is so low that we are witnessing a trial of a man who murdered a black man, and everybody saw it on tape. We have to have a trial over that. So I want everybody to understand something. They're not going to give us nothing. We got two options. The good brother Cornel West said we can no longer stand around while we're being murdered like that. Yeah. One option is we can take what's ours. And what I mean by taking what ours is our own self-determination. We take that back. They've been policing our hair, policing our looks, policing our children for decades. It's time to stop accepting that as if it's okay. It's not okay, and we're not accepting it anymore. Or the second thing is we take back our own self-determination and we force the government to do right by us. It ain't like we can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. We can do both. Something has to happen. Because what's at stake right now is our children and their children and their children. Our posterity is at stake. Yes. And if they see us doing nothing, what example are we setting for them?
Right.
I can tell you it ain't a good one. That's all I got.
That's drop the mic right there, bro. That's drop the mic.
Yeah,
it is a fallacy that our government will do the right thing for us. We can no longer depend on that any more than we ever have before. So let me get your take on the subject tonight, Brother Jeffrey. Goes like this. As long as a man has money, y'all don't care how he looks. Is that true, ladies? How would you comment, brother?
Okay. Now look, ladies, I love y'all to death now, but I'm gonna hold y'all feet to the fire on this one.
Okay.
Money make a lot of dudes look really, really good to a lot of y'all women out there. I'm gonna say, look at Beyonce. Beyonce can have virtually any guy she wants. Now Jay-Z ain't the prettiest brother in the world. Now he the most attractive brother in the world now, but he got Beyonce on lock. I would wager to say that one thing that helped was the fact that he had a little bit of money going for himself.
Okay.
Now let's take it to the common thing now. I absolutely get to coach guys and help them become better daters, better fathers and husbands and things of that nature. And guess what? Not all of them are the most attractive brothers. What they're trying to figure out is how do I know, or some of them, how do I know if a woman only wants me for my money? Because they got some deep pockets. They got to have deep pockets to afford me, first of all. So, ladies, let's dispense with the chicanery now. Y'all know looks only go so far, but them deep pockets can take you places.
Yes.
It can give you experiences. And it can do one thing that good looks alone can't do. It can provide provision.
Yes.
It can actually take care of things. It can actually pay for things. So when you see that good brother with that beautiful woman, sometimes it ain't what he got in his pants, it's what he got in his pockets.
Yes.
There you go, Jeffrey.
Yes, boy.
We're going to be talking about this after 8 o'clock.
I hate the notion of that. My God, I hate the notion of that. You know what I mean? Usury, utility, only what I can get. Let me get over. I'm gonna play your emotions to get what I want.
You in Atlanta?
Make you feel loved and appreciated, but I really don't give a shit about you.
Come on, man.
That just hurts so bad, just for that whole episode to be taking place. But I know it happens a lot, and I guess a lot of ugly men don't mind it happening. Right?
At least they got some. At least with it.
All right, listen, we always appreciate you, Brother Jeffrey. Any parting words for us?
Oh, no, fellas, that's it, man. Y'all just stay safe out there and be well. Looking forward to talking to you guys again next week.
Okay, looking forward to next week, man. You have a good one.
All right, take it easy, fella.
All right. And once again, folks, we have heard from the good Reverend Dr. Jeffrey.
He put it down as always.
He put it down as always. Man, I hope to be able to deliver messages like that one day. I haven't really tried to deliver those kind of messages.
We're going to work on it in this 8 o'clock hour. Once we get back, we're going to see what we can work on. Because this topic alone, it sheds a lot of light on gold diggers. It sheds a lot of light on how people want to portray a person. And then how they really don't love a person.
Right.
Because money really don't buy love. It's just you pretending.
Yes.
And that right there is a problem. And we're going to get in that when we get back.
Yeah, that in a nutshell is betrayal.
All day long.
At its finest. And so there's a great sense of betrayal going on in the world because there are a lot of women who use men for their money. Mm-hmm. And I'd imagine there's a lot of men who use women for their money. Right, especially in the older communities. I've heard many cases where a younger dude get with an older woman, and she in her 60s and he in his 40s, and he done moved into the gravy train. Right, she's set for life, and if he marry her, he's set for life. So now he can play golf for the rest of his life and still not make good love to her anytime. So it does happen both ways. But I want y'all folks to stay tuned. We're gonna be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay. We still got how long? A couple minutes? Okay, we got like 3 minutes, Jay. 3 minutes, all right? So, one thing that Jeffrey said that I really like is the idea of strings attached. Right? And so, if a woman is dating a dude or going with a guy really for his money, what kind of strings might she have to be are attached in that equation?
I mean, you really look at it. If she's saying, I date you, but you got to come at night, you can't tell nobody. Those are strings. It's like, I don't want nobody really to know.
Those are strings, most certainly.
And that's where you got to see if you're comfortable enough to do that.
Right.
I would like to say, if a person felt like I was ugly and they treated me like that, I wouldn't date them. I wouldn't want to be with her. I don't care how fine she is. She ugly.
Right.
See, she fine on the outside. Everybody would agree. Yo, man, why would you let that go? What? That she fine as a mug.
Yeah.
Her fine, crazy ass is ugly on the inside by treating me like that. You don't have a right to treat me like anything when I didn't show no disrespect towards you.
Right.
If I'm trying to date you and I'm willing to take you places and you feel like you so fine that my ugly ass can only come over at night and I can only do this, then find somebody else to puppet.
Okay.
Because this brother here ain't gonna get done like that.
Right.
And then you spend my money for you can go bragging to your friends because you cold-hearted and selfish and you gonna always be by yourself because that's all you ever gonna be because you played yourself.
Right.
Makes no sense to me and ain't gonna be done to me.
Yeah.
But again, that's the alpha male.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
And listen, those are strengths. She's suggesting that, hey, you can't come around my family. I don't want nobody to know.
No.
And those are major strengths.
No.
But on the other side of that equation, he might have some strengths for her.
Yeah,
Right.
because if you ugly and I got a lot of money, you talking like that. First of all, you ain't gonna talk to me like that.
Yeah.
If you want this money, this is what we gonna have to do. I'm coming during the day. We're gonna go to these nice restaurants, and you gonna dress nice because you know
And
that
you
what
gonna
you
dress
wear on
nice,
that
that's a
booty
strength.
shorts. No, you gonna dress up, summer dress, and look appropriate.
Okay.
Because I'm taking you to places that you will never be able to afford. So can you handle that?
Now, see, at that moment, he is starting to set expectations for her.
Exactly.
Right? And that makes a big difference.
It's a huge one.
Right? Because now he's saying, all right, I know you're not in it for me, so
Right.
here's what I expect. We
Out of
having,
you.
Yeah, we having meatloaf on Friday. Right? Right? I need you to pick up my cleaners. Right?
On your way over.
Yeah. Now, this is not the type of relationship that I believe in at all. Right?
I mean, it's not what you believe. It just it happens.
It does happen, but if I realize that somebody is using me, they're not really into me, I start casting them out pretty quick.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean, there's no need to sit around and lollygag in that. You got an agenda. You know what I'm saying? You might want you a Julio type cat. You know what I'm saying? Maybe speak a couple languages. Pull his hair back, tall, dark, and handsome. And I might not fit that bill. And so you need to move on and get what you need. Right? What you really probably need is a dummy. Right? You need somebody who's gonna just take what you decide you want to give them, puppet, right, and run with it. And if you give them hot sex, and you give them hot sex that they could never have, and you do it in the quiet time, and nobody knows, maybe he's okay with that for a little while. But then that's going to change. So it's going to go. We're going to go ahead and take our next break.
come back
Please
to
stay
this
tuned. We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay. Right after this.
Bar Talk with Jay. You did that one.
Yeah. What you think about that, Jay? You
Man,
think
I
it's to tell
think-
people off?
Before I really heard you, yes.
Yes.
And it's because I get in my feelings because you came in disrespecting me. I had too many times where I'm sitting back and I'm calm, and the situation blows up. Well, I calmly try to find out what's going on. And you're giving me your emotions, so you're speaking loud to me, and it gets to a point where I can barely understand because you're yelling after a while. So I tell you, all right, calm down, and let's see what we can do about this. And then you get more belligerent. What do you mean, calm down? You feel like I disrespect you because I asked you to calm down, but I'm trying to get you to get into a voice that I can understand you. You're
Right.
starting to yell at me.
Right.
I don't feel like I should be yelled at.
Right.
I didn't do anything. My whole thing is to find a common ground where we can fix what's going on. But you feel like I'm not siding with you. So you already judge me by my comments of calm down, like I'm not on your side. Well, I am trying to get the understanding. I didn't pick a side. But when you get belligerent with me, I'm automatically going to start getting defensive.
I'm gonna have to tell y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
it's
have
to a
get you off
point
of
where
it.
I say calm down, and I feel like that's more respectful than to shut up, because I feel like that's disrespectful. Sit over there, because right now I think you can understand what's going on that make you feel like a child. I don't want to do that. So I'm saying calm down. It's a easy way to approach, but you're going to give me more hostility. So it
Well, yeah,
makes
that's
it where
one-
I
yeah,
have to take control and be like, okay,
Yeah.
listen, I'm gonna have to do this a little bit later because right now, how you're acting and what you're coming at me with, it's gonna be hard for me to make a decision on anything. Now, they already know I'm shutting it down because I'm the one that got to make the decision. So now I'm about to gather other facts, and then I'm gonna get back with that person at a little bit of time later because I'm hoping they can come back and give me more. Just like in a relationship,
Yeah.
a woman come at me hard. Who is that I seen you with? Okay, I took somebody to dinner. I told you I had a business dinner. Whatever. I know I seen you, and you didn't tell me this, knowing I did. Now,
Yeah, see, there's a place in life where I believe it's perfectly acceptable to get somebody straight. That's what we're really talking about. We're
Right.
talking about checking people,
right.
right?
When you get belligerent and getting too much.
Yeah,
But
yeah, and maybe they get belligerent, maybe they're lying, maybe they run a game, right? But those are key reasons to tell people off. But again, I'm not even going to tell. If I notice somebody running game on me, I'm not going to tell them off. I'm just going to start firing them slowly, right? Because I recognize that nothing I say is going to make a difference.
Exactly.
You're a game player, and I'm just going to receive you as a game player.
and you're going to keep talking that same.
And so there ain't no need for me to tell you off because it ain't gonna make no difference, right? But if you are my friend or you're someone close to me, or I feel like it's important for me to let you know how I feel,
I'm going to say it.
then I'll get some straightening. But I'm gonna even say those words with a loving heart. I'm gonna try to I might be loud and a little boisterous, but I'm gonna try to put the message respectfully, right?
Emphasis on it.
Yeah, and so there's no reason to get loud and outside of yourself responding to other people, because what they oftentimes are doing is pushing your buttons, right?
They do.
And if you got a waiter or a waitress, say I walked into a restaurant recently, and the guy was seating us, and it was kind of late, so he was probably not wanting to seat us.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a little attitude, and he's sitting us down. We was like, man, we really hope we could sit, at a booth or whatever. So at any rate, he kept giving us a little attitude every time he came to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Now I could have gotten upset and told him off. I could have gotten upset and called his boss to the table. I could have gotten upset and wrote a letter to corporate. I could have got upset and decided I'm never going to go back there again, right? But I didn't. What I did was I said, hey, he's having a bad night. I'm not going to create a commotion. Probably is not the place I'm supposed to be. I got up and walked out.
Okay.
Right? I still love the establishment. I've had nothing but great love there, and we'll go back there. But he won't be able to take care of me ever again, right? And the next time I see him, if he attempts to take care of me, I'm going to let him know how I feel.
Right.
Because if I'm going to give him a chance to serve me again, then he needs to know what I experienced. But more than likely, he's not going to get a chance, right? I just walk away from nonsense. That's the key.
I'm just like you. I didn't walk away though.
Yeah,
Waitress was having an attitude
yeah,
because I had a big party and we already came from another establishment. We already ate and I'm paying for everything. And we all sitting down and I'm saying, get us some drinks and we'll order food later. She got an attitude because with a big party, she didn't think we was going to order no food, so she wasn't going to make her money, so she had an attitude. So I had to have the manager come up.
right.
And I said, I don't know what's going on with her. So my brother said, no, I got it. So he talked to her, came back. So now the manager was waiting on us the whole night.
Right,
He got tipped over $150.
right,
That was his tip out.
right,
He was like, is this for her? And we said, no. If she get it, give it back.
right,
It's for the person that's going to take care of it. I need her to see what we would have gave her. But she didn't want to give us the opportunity.
right,
But we going to have fun.
Right.
And we going to spend money. I mean, a tab was probably $300-something.
yeah,
We just basically just drunk liquor, have fun. We did get some food.
yeah, yeah.
But we tipped it because
But no need
we
to show
showed the
off.
establishment because we had a great time.
Yeah.
Live jazz. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But again, one person shouldn't spoil it for everybody. A second time I did it, I asked the cook to come out.
Yeah.
And that was unusual. I brought the cook out. I tipped the cook. Because my whole thing is not to show brokenness or showing I'm trying to get away from paying. That's not it. Don't disrespect.
Right.
And I try to show
Well,
it by still trying to pay it.
We get it. No need to tell her off, though.
Right,
Just-
and I didn't.
yeah,
Just give me your manager or give me somebody else
There you go.
because you ain't right.
Now, while we're on the subject of telling people off, I want to tie not telling people off to our subject tonight. Right?
Okay.
As long as a man has money, y'all don't care how he looks. Is that true? Right? And so this guy who doesn't look so nice, you know what I'm saying? He's an ugly guy, whatever. He's not so attractive. He ends up with this woman.
Okay.
And he's trying to date her. He's trying to show her chivalry. He's trying to treat her like a lady. He's trying to do special things and nice things for her. And then he begins to realize that she's not really there for him. You know, she only wants to be with him when he's taking her out. She only wants to come over when he's going to do something for her or whatever. And so in the spirit of that, he begins to change his mind about her. So does he make her aware of what he knows about her and hopes that she changes? Or is he going to just tell her off and speak his mind and fire her?
Or walk off.
Or walk off? How does he deal with that? You've just realized, and you've been in the situation many times. You're talking to somebody, you deal with somebody, you work with somebody, business partner, personal life, whatever, and you realize that they really aren't there for you. How do you deal with that?
I dated a person, I like to say, she was nice looking, made over $1 million a year. And when I dated her and I was talking to her, we vibed. But what I noticed about her, she wanted a puppet. She didn't want a man. I want somebody to go with me and do these things. She always wanted to dictate what was going on. I did this early on while we was dating, so we wasn't a couple, but we was just dating. So I like the fact that she let me know some things, and she been married twice. So I already knew that she'd been through some things already. But what I liked about her, she's take control type person.
Right.
And now that she's raising her child was older, she seemed like she was always on point. And I like that.
Right.
Only thing that I had a problem with is she was very demanding and she wanted it her way. Now, I'm a man and I have to lead, okay? I don't mind you giving me some hints on how you like to be treated. Because again, I always want to make sure I'm respectful.
Right.
But when you start to tell me certain things that you have to have, and it seemed like out of my realm, but you wanted me to do this, and it's like, but I don't want you to worry about no money. I got this. I'm a man. First of all, I got me.
Right.
You might have more than me, but bottom line, I got enough to take care of myself. And so it became a small battle, but it wasn't going to be a fight. My whole thing wasn't going to be an argument. I will back away where I don't feel comfortable.
Yes.
And she started making me feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
But it wasn't to a point that we had to disrespect each other.
Right.
I just knew it probably wasn't going to work. So guess what? I stopped communication, and I started pulling away. Why? I didn't feel it was going to work, and I didn't feel like I had to address it all.
Right.
She was showing me what
you
she
didn't
wanted.
have to address it.
And it wasn't worth me arguing with her or making her change with her motives. This is her.
Right.
If this is her, why change her?
Right.
She's really for somebody else, but she's a good person.
Yeah.
So still is a friend of the day because again, how I backed away. It wasn't something that we hate each other. We don't talk all the time, but when we do talk, we just kind of remember the small things that we did. We laugh, and I like to tell her in a point, I will be matching that $1 million.
Yeah.
And I want to see her attitude in a minute.
Yeah.
Because
we're
gonna be sitting right eye to eye.
Yeah.
Because it ain't always about money, but I promise you, it's about changing your attitude.
Yeah.
And when you have it, it's easy to change somebody compared to not having it and just showing the alpha male. She was with an alpha male already, but he had way more. So she was used to a certain way of living and certain things. Now, I'm not going back just to prove that I can do it. I still talk to her because, again, she still motivated me because she showed me some exposure.
Yeah.
She was showing me some different things, how to look at different businesses and things that she was doing. That's why we stay friends. Because, again, exposure is everything, and you don't always have to take it as a negative.
Right.
And,
but you can't, but if you're in too deep, you can back away. You can absolutely
and
back
before
away.
I backed away.
Yeah.
And that's why she kept the respect. I never did the disrespect.
Yeah.
I just did respect.
Yeah, but
and
if you
that's what we
did
should
do some disrespect, you probably would have told her about herself.
Man.
Because
I would have did a whole lot of other
Yeah.
stuff.
Now and I want to let me just try to keep moving this discussion along here, right?
Okay.
We've spent most of our time talking about how men, men who have money get taken advantage of by women, or women looking for only a relationship because of what he has.
Mm-hmm.
There are many cases where women get taken advantage of as well, and I guess the most common theme is their sex. Right?
Okay.
That have you ever had a situation where you used a woman for her sex?
Yeah.
You said it too fast. Jay.
Oh, my bad.
You're supposed to have a little compassion, right?
I was compassionate.
Tell me about that.
I was compassionate on her. I mean, she was in a situation where she wasn't really looking for nobody. She'd been through a lot, and I thought I'd just be a helpful friend. Very pretty girl. Did not understand why she didn't think she was cute. She thought because of the last person dogged her out so bad, she had low self-esteem. I tried to boost her self-esteem up because I told her, you get your hair done, you do some things, I'm telling you. I don't know what he didn't see in you, but you can't just keep going down with your head, looking like a ragamuffin and with your head down. That right there is a bad sign.
Yeah.
Raise up. And I was just talking to her. So she didn't believe me at that time. We just talked. We didn't really date. So later on, she was like, I want to go get my hair done. I want you to come over and see what my hair look like. Because I don't like it. It wasn't that long ago. You could FaceTime me. But I said, no, I'm going over there. Because I knew she was cute. So I went over, banging, bro. Hair done, looking nice, still low self-esteem.
Still low self-esteem, yeah.
So you'll take me somewhere. I was like, yeah. Wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
Whatever. She had that kind of attitude. I said, I'll tell you what. You want me to make a reservation somewhere, or you just want to go to some nice regular restaurant?
Right.
Yeah, whatever. You ain't going to take me nowhere. Just negative attitude. So that's all right. Got her in the car, and we drove around with the roof Chris. We sitting there. Now, her mouth dropping because she liked the atmosphere. She liked everything. How much is this going to cost? I'm like, I ain't asked you to pay anything. Just sit there and let's enjoy the meal. So when we started talking, we started enjoying each other, she started loosening up. Man, she loosened up, she having fun. Now all of a sudden, she want to go to her girlfriend's house because they had a party. She didn't want to go at first because she felt she was an ugly duckling. Man, she get to the party, everybody see her hair done, and they like, oh girl, I told you look good. So now she pumped. Man, she took me back to her place.
And served you up, huh?
What?
Yeah.
Boy, stop.
So somewhere in that equation, you realized that you couldn't have nothing with her, but you was just gonna keep hitting it.
I mean, not really, but I just knew I was trying to pump her up because again, I knew she was a nice looking girl.
Yeah.
She was working, she was doing things. It's just somebody dogged her out and made her feel low.
Yeah.
My whole thing was to raise her up, and even if she wasn't for me, just raise her up. And my whole thing of taking her out wasn't to impress her. It's just for her to understand you can get somebody to do this for you.
Yeah.
And then when she went and she did it, but then when she got around her friends and she seen that she really do look the part, it made her feel like I want to show you. And we still friends to today.
Right.
We just don't go out with because again she started dating other people, and again I'm never mad at her. I always pushed her in that right direction, so now she called me more for advice. She listened to my show, and we still got respect for each other. But one of the things I remember is how we really started, but then how we still going. We still going as friends, have respect for each other, you know what I'm saying? Even though she dating other people, and of course I done moved on as well. But you know something? It all still transpired because she felt ugly.
Right.
And I didn't see ugly in her. I didn't, definitely on the outside.
Yeah.
I didn't see, her hair was fucked up.
Yeah.
I will say.
But on the inside, she sounded like she was
She
ugly.
did. She's just broken.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the fact she was that person
listen,
took her that low.
Yeah, no, it wasn't necessarily that person may have done it, but that person, that's what they were dealing with.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they were dealing with throughout their relationship. So you know where it came from. Okay, it's time for us to take another break.
Oh, yeah.
And so you folks stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more part of the Jay on right after this.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back.
Man, you getting them, man. You getting them on every break, bro. You got them thinking.
I got to get you thinking. That's my goal, is to get your wheels spinning.
Come on now. That's what we do.
Man, I got to get your wheels spinning. I think so much about that project and that company and those ideas, man. You know,
that's what's about.
If I can get it, see, let's just assume this right here.
What's that?
To have a great life, you need 1,000 positive images a day.
Okay.
Right? 1,000 positive ideas a day.
Okay.
The average person is probably getting less than 100. It may not even be getting 10. But if you're going to become your greatest, some way or another, you got to find 1,000 positive ideas every day.
Gotta add them up.
And that's what Minecraft is attempting to do, is to give you positive ideas, because those ideas build the strength. The wall of strength in your life and in your spirit is based on those belief systems and those thought processes that you have that are in alignment.
Fundamentals.
So we gotta start identifying our goals. That's the key. We gotta start identifying our direction, because if you start identifying your direction and you get passionate about that direction, the universe will just magically take you in that direction. You'll start meeting people, things will start happening. There'll be a synchronistic set of activities that'll happen to align you with your goal, with your decision to do something or make something happen in your life.
Right.
Gotta be determined. Otherwise, you're just drifting. And drifters go nowhere. Keep that in mind. You don't want to be a drifter. You want to be somebody who's on purpose, an on purpose person. Always thinking about good and positivity and life and betterment and health and riches, etc. You don't want to be the person who's just living a mundane life, like I'm never going anywhere, nothing's ever going to happen, and I've ruined all of my potential, and I'm nobody, and I don't feel good, and I'm not valuable. And you may not say these things to yourself, but that's the undercurrent of people who are not achievers. So we got to be laser focused on our goals, right? So we're back talking about the subject for tonight. As long as a man has money, y'all don't care how he looks. Is that true? We talked a lot about the man with resource or money or whatever it might be wanted, but let's talk about the other side. I got a question for you, Jay.
What you got, bro?
Have you ever been with an ugly woman?
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
An ugly woman.
Ugly as hell.
And how did you deal with an ugly woman, Jay?
Wasn't good. Well, I don't really feel like I'm that fine that I could judge people like that. But
would everybody else call her ugly?
Hell, I said it myself when I seen it. See, when I seen her, she sent a picture before she had tats all over the place. She said she had tats, and we just talked, and I didn't see her like that. And then when she came over, man, she had tats, neck, face. Yeah, bro, she
was tatted.
She was tatted, and it wasn't cute. It wasn't, and she did not look like what I thought she looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she was way shorter and tatted all the way up. I was like, yo, I gotta get a drink. So I sat at the bar and just got towed up because I was like, wow. But she had a wild personality. I ain't gonna say great. Just a wild personality. She was like, okay, and she was energetic. Like, she didn't know she was ugly. And I was like, okay, well, you might not know it. It looked like to me. Man, we talked, we had drinks. And she was like, yo, we can get some people. Oh, no, we can get nobody. No. She was like, I like to play cards. She's like, oh, I play cards too. You want to get your boys over?
Hell no.
That ain't happening. We done played 2 hand spades.
Did you have sex with her?
Yeah.
You had sex with her?
Yeah, I got towed up.
You had, wait, the only reason you did it was because you got towed up?
I had to, because she wanted to. And
she wanted to,
and you
didn't want to deny her. But she didn't turn you on. Why would you do that? She
turned me on, but it was in the physical. It wasn't in the physical look. It was in the physical touching.
Okay.
And I'm like, you might not even want to do all that, because I'm feeling like we really just mean, we just cooling. And she was like, yeah, but I like you, and I'm like, yeah, but you like one. Yeah, everybody say I'm like a homeboy. I was like, yeah, but you really are like a homeboy. Yeah. I want to look at you and keep you like as a homeboy. And she kept picking with me. So throughout the night of her picking and everything went on, it ended up going on. And yo, bro, all I can say is, yeah, I had one of them experiences. And my whole thing about talking about it is because, see, if you want to hide things, you ain't gonna grow from things.
Right.
She still was a person.
Yeah.
And she still was a lady, and she still had a body.
Yeah.
Okay. She just had a lot of stuff on her body that wasn't that appealing to me. But she still was sexual. She still tried to put it on me. And I didn't even say I wouldn't weak. Yeah. I just did it. What? But man, I was like staring at the tats. Cause she looked back, I turned around.
Oh no.
Turn around.
There we talking about women, basically using men for their money, but a lot of women might use men for their sex.
I might have got used
nowadays.
And she got it. But I like to say on that one again, it made me realize like afterwards because we talked, we was cool. We ain't do it again.
Did you hit it again?
Hell no.
You didn't hit it again because you were sober.
No, I ain't. No, it just once I hit it, and we did what we did. You know, she was somewhere else. You know, she
okay. She was somewhere else.
yeah, she really was, but
Yeah.
she just wanted it at that time.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna press the avenue because I already knew we really didn't vibe, but she was hearing me and
Yeah.
she was trying to vibe off of me, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, it was cool then, but we already know we're on two different paths. It ain't gonna really work. So
okay, that makes sense. That makes
we
sense.
just kind of left it alone. So I guess one here to quick call what you like, but I can actually say I've been with somebody that I felt, because you know
So let me
I
ask
really
you
didn't
this.
feel like she thinks she was
Have you ever
attractive.
had a pregnancy scare with an ugly woman?
Nah, and now
Never had that. Okay.
Man, I probably put three on.
I had one of those. Man.
I probably put 3 on with
I
that
had
one, bro.
one of those. I was, let me see. I was let me see. My roommate's girlfriend's roommate came over one night, right?
Mhm.
So my type boy, he got a girlfriend, and she brought her roommate.
Mhm.
And she wasn't attractive at all.
Oh, yeah,
you
take
know what I'm
for
saying?
10. You did. Hey, I got one for you, bro.
Attractive at all. And I was like, bro, how you do that? He was like, man, I didn't see her. I figured she'd be at least cute a little bit. So I was like, all right, well, I ain't gonna be disrespectful or nothing. And so just like you, started drinking.
It's the easy out, baby.
Started drinking, started smoking. And she was, you know, very frisky, and it was kind of dark, so it helped out quite a bit, you know. Listen, but it wound up being pretty damn good. It
Oh,
wound up being pretty good, and I hit it a second time.
yeah, we had fun.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody.
When you left.
You don't know me.
Yeah, you don't tell
If
nobody.
I see you on the set, you won't know.
Don't
me,
know.
right?
If you see
But,
me, you say nothing.
Yeah, but she was so sweet, though. You know what I'm saying? I think she come from a good home, etc. But that's as far as I wanted to go with the subject. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not interested in using people for anything. I can get as much anything else in the world that I want. No need to utilize them people. You know, but it happens, and it happens often in the world. And there are some people that are okay with being used.
Yes, and that, I feel like that's a self-esteem thing too.
They're okay with being used.
Their self-esteem is like, you know something, I just go with this compared to everything else I've been through. Because it's a self-esteem, and that's one of the things that even I had to get myself in position and ready for, because you go through a lot, and you might not be on your high. And even if you're on your high, you can get knocked off.
Right.
So a lot of times you want to build yourself, but you want to build yourself fairly.
Right.
I want to stay
Right.
fair. I don't want to be judgmental. I want to be fair.
Right.
Because to me, it ain't about being fine or anything. It's about being a good person.
Being a good person, yeah. I recall this this gentleman I used to work with. He was a super A-type personality, straight alpha male, right? And very successful. You know, make $300,000 a year. Got jet skis and all kinds of stuff. You know, all the toys in the world. And a nice fat home, and buy the latest trucks and cars. You know, and kind of a baller. And you know, in a business environment, he was a little challenging to deal with. You know, I always had to end up trying to, you know, kind of checking him, you know, right? But he got a hold of one of these young girls in the dealership.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, they end up, quote unquote, dating.
Right.
And I come to realize a few months after this dating approach that the dating was, it had turned into one of those situations where she didn't know how to say no to the money, right? So he was really abusive. He was abusive with his mouth, and he even put his hands on her a few times, right? But she wouldn't stop going over there.
Because of the money.
Because of the money. She in love with the lifestyle. She in love with the great dinners and hanging out at the fat crib and dropping in the pool at 3 a.m. You know what I mean? She in love with all that. But she wasn't gonna, she didn't seem to want to stop dating this guy. And let me tell you, the last story that I heard from her was that, hey, what's up,
Oh yeah,
girl?
we got to stop real quick. We got
Yeah.
Kenya. She's
We got
in the
Kenya in
building.
the house.
I don't know if y'all
Can
know
I come
what all
over
she
there?
doing. Yeah,
Yeah, you
Okay.
can come in. We ain't got no
You
money.
got no production going on.
Yeah.
That might work right
Wanna
now.
say
Yeah, we got
hello?
What's up with you, bro?
Hey.
Mm.
What you
doing
do?
all right?
I'm wonderful.
I see.
How
I've been
you
seeing
doing?
your lights and everything.
Thank you.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
up, Jay?
That
How are
big,
you?
that big production that you did recently, right?
Go sit right next to my boy.
Okay.
Sit down.
Yeah. Listen, Kenya was
Oh.
around when we started this thing long time ago.
Oh, she got many things in front
Oh,
of her.
thank you.
Yeah.
She gotta always let her know all what she do.
Yes.
What it do? Bar talk with Jay?
What's
Come on,
up?
girl.
What's up, girl?
It's been a while, you
You got
know.
this mid-place smelling all
Do you smell me?
I do.
Hold on. Now we talking about some other things.
Fragrance.
Fragrance.
Okay,
You gotta
well,
always watch Jay.
Talking about smell you. Hold on, Blair.
Can we be at least 25 about the conversation?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? How you been?
75,
What's been
75.
going on with you, girl?
God is good.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yes.
I love this. I love the new chair.
Okay.
Okay. But just about me, I just been consistent and persistent.
Yes.
And I've just leveraged off of everything that I know how to do, you know, and who I know, and then who knows me, you know.
Right.
A lot of people is like, you don't have a website, and it's like, well, people know me. I am my website, you know. I am my brand. Like, I just can't hide behind the computer. So I
Yes.
think with me being as visible and personable as Craft here and Jay, you know, that's just allowed me to continue to pursue in my purpose.
Yes.
And,
Yes. I love it.
Yes.
I
And
love
let's
it.
say
I
some
love
things
it.
about the girl. Not only
Yes.
just she get a book out there during the pandemic to give everybody enlightenment, she actually made my website when I first started this.
Yes.
So when she
Yes.
talk about a website, she actually sat and designed one.
Yes.
She did the
I
photo shoot
learned
for
how
it,
to build it first.
Right.
all for me.
You did a fabulous
You know, and
job.
again, you know, a lot of this was out of care and love.
Yes.
She had nothing but care and love for my boys, you know, so she came by the house all the time, and one of the things I want to do is anybody that love into my kids, you know, you want to show love back too.
Right.
And that transpired in us doing the show with us, showing the love, and then she just grew.
Yes.
And when I tell you grew, I still
Just
see
grew.
her. She been on the news. She showed people about her book, showing how it's inspiring. One of the things I can tell you, she's just like one of us. She's one of the people that left us but never left us, okay?
Yes.
There's been so many people I started with that's still with us. They got nothing but love and encouragement. And not only did she got it, she wrote it.
Yes.
I wrote it. So really, okay, a little bit about me. I am a gifted writer. Okay, I'm a born writer, but I'm also a journalism major. Shout out to CAU Clark Atlanta.
Yes.
So I just took everything that I knew, and you know, instead of sharing everyone else's stories, like I done been through some things. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time for me to share my story.
Yes.
But the way that this actually came about, or how I, you know, the conception of it was, I two things happened. Not to be drastic, but pain comes with purpose. One of my middle school best friends got shot and killed in Chicago.
Okay.
And the night of Thanksgiving, I fell down the steps in my home.
Okay.
Within those two incidents, it was like God put me down.
Yes.
And I had to not just be still, but it was for me to actually now write.
Yes.
Like, when could I find the time to write?
Yes.
Like, I'm always... Jay will tell you, I see you on Facebook. I ain't see you on Facebook. Like, I'm always on go. So it was like, this was the time to do it. So it's actually called 100 Sheets. It's an inspirational memoir expressing God's love through vulnerability. So what you might like. So my last name is an acronym for self-love, hope, entrepreneurship, anxiety, transformation, and success. So throughout those chapters, I share my perspective on reality and how to navigate through it.
Man.
Through my last name. So it's really about me. So you get the good, the bad, the ugly. I got, listen, this transformation chapter got some tea about the handsome demon. Y'all know I've been going through some crazy relationships in my time, right?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that too.
So it's things in here, you know, just uplifting and just contagious
Outstanding.
inspiration, just to say, like, if I've been through it, you can get through it too. But
Yes.
with God's grace, like, we can't do it without him. So that's really, and that's why it's so yellow, because we are in a dark time, and I just want to be the light.
Yes.
There you go.
I
Yeah.
love it.
So
I
your book
love
got everything in it. Now,
Devotionals, affirmations, a gratitude journal.
Now, we're going to go to break real quick.
Yeah.
But we need you to stick around because our topic,
Yes.
I
We
need
need
you
to
to chime in.
Yes.
You are a
What
woman
is
that's
it?
going to chime in. Give her the topic before we walk off.
Okay, the topic goes like this. Think about this before we go to break. As long as a man has money, y'all don't care how he looks. Is that true, ladies?
And we're going to wait, huh?
Yes.
We want you to hold up.
Yeah.
Hold
yeah.
up.
We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay right after this.
talk with Jay. That's what we talking about.
Unison, I like it.
Come on now.
We've been here.
Synchronization.
So,
Yes.
so tell her one more time what the topic is so we can get her to chime in on this
Okay,
bad
we
boy.
finally gonna get a lady's perspective
Yeah,
on this.
yes.
We might have some questions for you, Kenny, but it goes like this. As long as a man has money,
Mhm.
y'all don't seem to care how he looks. Is that true, ladies?
Okay, so my answer to that is I have dated 5 men with 0 bank accounts, and the ugly ones have gone to work on time and done some overtime.
What kind of overtime, girl? Keep it Christian. Keep it Christian.
I'm just saying. I don't know. It just seems as though if we're gonna say the word ugly, it's more so of when your eyes isn't looking for love. If that makes sense. Because we are attracted by what we see.
Right.
And you know what looks fine, because I know some fine men, right?
Right.
But they got ugly hearts.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
They got ugly hearts.
Yes.
So I think with the ugly, it's just more so of it has never been about impressing anyone with an image. It's been about character.
Yes.
So when a man has character and money, it doesn't matter what he look like.
Right.
So
It doesn't matter what he looks
it
like.
doesn't matter what it looks like, because
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty girls and some ugly men,
Yes.
but they love them.
Yes. Because the dudes are good?
The
Or
man
bad
loves
boys?
the woman,
Oh,
and then
okay.
the woman loves the man. Like I see people on Instagram, and I'm like, wow. Now if I'm basing off of, what I see.
Right.
Wow, she married him. Not even a date. Like, oh, that's her baby dad. You can see that with
Yes.
dudes. It's like that's your baby mama.
Right.
Because you'll just have this expectation of greater, whatever that is or looks like. But
You do.
I think
You do.
it's really the character that comes with the ugly, because that's really only what they can carry.
Yes.
If we're going to base it off of appearances.
Yes.
That's
yes.
really what it is. So
And-
if he ugly with money and good character, then he's actually like a win.
Yes. Yes. If he has a good character and has money, that's win, win, win.
Now I got
love
one
that.
for her.
I love that.
When you dated the other one, the ugly one, I'm talking about that one you knew good and well his ass was ugly. How did you treat him?
I felt
Did
as
you treat him
though
like he was cute?
you treat you know what? There is a difference. You got pretty friends, and you got ugly friends, and you can see the difference. I've seen it, but I can't say I treated him different. I just seen him as a friend.
And he was trying to be your boyfriend.
Yes.
And so how did that evolve? I mean, was there a certain point where you'd be like, all right, I need to slow down with him because he's trying to get too close, or
Right.
And I think I'm misleading him, or
I think like even right now, currently, hopefully he never watched the show, is this guy that really likes me, but I'm not attracted to him.
Right.
But he has like quote unquote everything. And it's like I understand that actually as a partner as a woman, you want your man to love you or like you more, right?
Yeah.
But I still can't force myself to like you. I guess it's the lust or it's the eye appearance where it's like I can't see you physically attracted to you, but he might possess what's on the inside. But when I just asked him about his spiritual views, he didn't have none. So I'm a person that needs to be fed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that was really what was missing. I was kind of overlooking, the look. And then he was like, the last time we talked, we ain't talked in a while, but first time we got on the phone, he was like, yeah, I got a raise at my job, thinking like that would be something, I don't know, for real. Like, I just got a raise, but I'm like, I'm not after you for your check.
Right.
So that really, you can't win me over with that. It was really what was spiritually that I just was like, I'm good.
Okay. And let me tell you what I kind of heard there, that a woman will entertain a man who is ugly, right? Until she finds some things that she completely disagrees with about him, right? That if he has, and I would imagine, like, to even open the door to an ugly person, male or female, to open the door, you already have to start getting on the character side. You have to start being aware that they are good people, or they're smart people, or they're respectful people. You can see they were raised in good homes. You can see that they're caring and loving. You can see that they don't mean you no harm. And then once you see that, you'll start opening up to the real person.
Right.
Right? Because I always say this, and I want y'all to keep this in mind, right?
What's that?
Ugly people did not choose to be ugly.
Amen.
No.
Right? They did not choose that face. They did not choose that walk. They did not choose that nose. They did not choose that.
Right.
But they did choose that character.
That's true.
Right.
That's where I'm coming from.
And that's something that we can count on. And I said it earlier. I really wanted, I always want us to get to a good sound point. And you're never going to get to character until you take time to look beyond the surface.
Exactly.
Right. And I've heard countless numbers of stories. We've all heard countless numbers of stories. There's an ugly dude pursuing this fine chick, and she just won't give him the time of the day. Mm-hmm. Right? Just because she's all into that surface. Mm-hmm. And, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's that I got so many options, I don't even need to consider your character. Because I know I can find a better looking man with a decent character.
Right.
Right? And, it comes down to options a lot of times. Right? I might be willing to give in a little more this time because there's nobody else I'm working on.
But you know what? I think because we first, I don't know, as women, we just go for the bad guys first, and those are the fine ones.
The fine ones are the bad guys.
It really is, and I think it comes to a point where, like, I told him though, I said the reason why I like you is because you're not my type.
Okay.
You're not my type, right? Because I've seen where my type got me, and I'm still single.
Yes.
So it was like he was the opposite.
Ooh, you bring up something so powerful right here.
He was the opposite, but at the same time.
Is that to suggest that a lot of pretty people come with like some ugly hearts, or they're too privileged, or they come with these attitudes?
It's privileged. It's a what do we keep? It's the not audacity. It's the entitlement.
Entitlement.
It's the entitlement.
They feel like they have entitlement because they're good looking.
But because that's how they've been treated. Been treated all their life, right?
Ah, okay. So a woman just might get way more love from a non-attractive guy than she would from an attractive guy.
Right, because he has options.
And he might have agendas.
Right, because, he can use that sexy or appearance for his advantage, and most men do.
Yeah.
Manipulation.
And he can get the loving, get the draw, whatever, right?
It ain't just men.
And then next
I mean, women do it too, but I'm speaking on for, you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah. I wonder if
Jay gonna keep it straight.
I wonder if we could say that the upper echelon of very attractive people, I don't know, are they ruined by their bad character? Are they ruined by this entitlement? Have they become so off the mark that the attractive people just don't have nothing to... Yeah, right. Like the ego is too big that they're worthless. Like
and the answer I would say is yes. You know why?
Why?
Those exposures got you away from you. You got to remember, you blew it all up off of the things that they blew up in you. You forgot about you. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the stuff you go through is because you carried off of other things. And they ain't even for you. So they blowing you up because how fine you are. You forgot. It ain't just the fineness. What about you?
Right.
Yeah. Your character is getting destroyed by what people are feeding you compared to you feeding yourself, realizing they're taking me somewhere I don't even need to go down this path.
Yeah.
I'm going down with another pretty girl that I don't like, but I'm going to do because we look good together.
Yeah.
And then you're going down a path that you don't even need to go down, but it look good.
Yeah.
And everybody talking about it. Now they pumping it up. Now it's your ego. Now you're driven to go down a path that you already know is a destructive path.
And
it ain't yours.
And like my girl I was telling you about a while ago, she started dating this good-looking guy. All of a sudden, he verbally abusing her. Mm-hmm. He started physically abusing her, and neglecting her.
It's the charm, It's the charm, and it says in a word about adornment or women being gullible.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what that is, because I've been manipulated by charm. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I don't know what that is. It's like some infatuation or something.
I don't know. Did you truly believe that he was liking you? That he was into you? It was
mutual until it became disrespectful.
There you go.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So the charm is just one of those things where it's a poker face. It's like I'm showing. It's like you see one side of me, and then next, I'm flipping,
Right,
but I don't want to call it bipolar, but people can use the charm to take for their advantage. Like,
Yes.
I know I can get, especially when we being, if we're being promiscuous or if we're
Right.
not setting any boundaries, you can feel energy or, oh, I got her. You know what I'm saying? Let
Yeah.
me see what else, people try to work that.
Yeah,
And
they-
see what they can get.
They
So,
work that.
If
Absolutely.
you hit it right.
They might
What?
find
and you be in relationship with the penis. And you don't
That
be,
what?
be
And that can lead you down.
like, I don't even date you, I date him. You get
Hey,
Because I like him.
I love
I like him better
love
than you.
they call it pistol whip.
Yeah.
You can get whipped,
never looked at it
right?
like that.
I mean,
I'm trying not to
you
use
put it
that
down.
It's
When you don't put it down,
Yeah.
I really don't like you. Ain't nothing about you I like. but
Never
when you
been
put
in
it down,
those situations.
Yeah. Listen, this is really good, healthy stuff. I just want to cover one quick thing, maybe even aside the subject. But what's the issue with women and bad boys? What is that all about?
What somebody said it best. I think it's more so we think the bad guys will be the ones to protect us because it's like they're aggressive, but we don't think that aggressiveness could be towards us.
Right.
So it's really more so of the protection and the persona of like I have a Superman where it's like he could still be Superman in a real suit. You get what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
He doesn't have
right.
to be so thugged out. Can you?
Yeah.
To be, the one to hold you or to be,
Yeah.
affectionate. It's
And-
just
And what I've kind of always heard is that bad boys, wow, they edgy. They they gonna give you a new experience, a
Pretty
new
much.
height. They're out of the box, particularly out of your box. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure, like not even like qualified.
Right.
Check the box.
Right. And I think in a lot of occasions, this is just what I sense, is that when you get with a bad boy and you start enjoying a lot of that stuff, it can be great experiences, but sometimes it's taking you down.
For sure.
Sometimes it's taking you back. You don't need to be out partying that much. You don't need to be worried about your appearance and he got you buying outfits to go
No,
to.
no, no,
you
no.
know.
When you're dating a bad boy that's not for you, you don't have an appearance because you're for him.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? You
Right.
start to you start to push everybody away, including
Yep.
your best friends. You're not going out. That's one of those, my boyfriend, my only friend I got. Why is that? Why isn't he
Because
encouraging
daddy called it.
me to go out, right? Because maybe he could be insecure. Maybe he done said, I don't want you to have no male friends. I've been there before. Like, what do you know who I am? I cannot not have male friends.
Right.
But sometimes we could adjust to say, okay.
Yeah.
That's when you know he put it down. When
Yeah.
you say that, you already know.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we're just about out of time here, but I want to give Kenya a minute or two to just tell me about this whole general idea of women using money, women in for their money.
Say that, ask the question again.
I'm just wanting to just you to share some ideas about women using men for their money. I mean, the subject is as long as a man has money, y'all don't really care about how he looks. Is that true? That means they're using them for their money. Is that right? Is that wrong?
That's true, but I've been I got out of a relationship with a guy because he had too much money.
Okay.
And only because the money came with cooperation. It came with strings, right? And so it was like the money could have kept me there, but I needed my own.
Right.
So
Right.
it kind of made me run away from him because it was like he was about to move me out my apartment. You get what I'm saying? We going apartment shopping. Like I love it here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was a adjustment because then he would have been the sole provider.
You've been under his control.
And I would be in his control. So for me, it's not saying that I don't want a man to provide, but I have to have my own.
There you go.
So for the ones that is needing a man for money, you need a purpose.
You need a purpose. And once you find your purpose, you might not need that man with money
What?
anymore.
Your purpose is gonna bring you prosperity.
There you go.
That's the jail for the night.
Your prosperity,
And
which
yeah,
will be for you,
Yes.
it'll stay with you compared to what it would be with him.
there you go.
And
Just control
anybody
with
can
him.
come and go.
Right.
Yeah. All right. And this has been Bar Talk with Jay.
Thanks to Kenya.
My way, King.
This is our lady Kenya. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth J. And we hope this dialogue has been liberating to your spirit, fun-filled, a lot of good stuff
I love
here,
it.
just to be able to dialogue about it. We are here every Thursday from 7 to 9, Facebook Live. Please like us, share us, subscribe, send to all your friends and family. We are most grateful for your participation in our show, whether you watch it live or many years down the road. Thank you for being a part of this show. Thank you for liking and supporting us. And continue to join us. We got a lot more in store. And with that, folks, we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.